as they are just coasting into the NE10 playoffs. Their record overall 22-5. They are 15-3 in the NE10. The Skyhawks, of course, with that win here at the Bridgewater Ice Arena over Lindenwood this past Saturday, earning their first win of the season. So just one more here at the Bridgewater Ice Arena for the Skyhawks before they go on the road to close out their season at LIU and then at Alaska Anchorage and Alaska Fairbanks. So here we go. The Skyhawks are in their home white with the purple numbers and letters, and we are underway. Frank Ireland tried to push the puck further. Comes out to the neutral zone. Sent through by Derek Keneally, and then back out to center. Ireland couldn't control. And backpedaling Lucas Crawford for the Greyhounds. And now back in the zone for the Skyhawks, William Tripp. Now stolen away, quick opportunity, and sticked aside by Dylan Milan to our right in goal for the Skyhawks. Thomas McLarnon in goal for the Greyhounds. Out at center now for Ireland. At his steam, here's Ireland in, shooting, and it went just wide. That was on the stick side of McLarnon, and the puck pops out of play. Face-off will be in the Greyhounds zone to McLarnon's left. And it'll be Kyle Heath to take the draw for the Skyhawks. Won by the Greyhounds, Patrick McKiernan to the near side. Forecheck from Anthony Galante. Back around behind the goal now for John Warnley. Rink wide for Shane Sullivan. Got it out in front, and the save made by Milan. Back at the right point, unable to keep it in, was Patrick McKiernan, and the puck rolls back into the Skyhawk zone. Alexander Tuchishny. Stolen at the red line by Matt Cohane. Puck along the near wall, and the Hounds come out to center. A little bit too far for Keneally. He'll bang hard to the back wall with Greg Japchin. Into the right wing corner. Skyhawks trying to clear. Can't do it as the pressure on the half wall administered by the Greyhounds. And now behind his goal goes Japchin and got it out to center. Thrown right back in by Cameron Roberts. Turned aside by Milan. Rolling puck in center, collected by Japchin. Here comes to center. Over the line, tied up was Max Pinio, one of the 5 seniors who were honored in pregame festivities as they play their final game here at the Bridgewater Ice Arena. Pass was behind Connor Ronayne, and the puck rolls back into the Skyhawk zone. Now a whistle behind the play. And we have an injured Stonehill player to our right. And I believe that is the sophomore, Greg Japchin. Did not see what happened, but it was well behind the play. The play was at center ice when Japchin went down back to the left of his goaltender, Dylan Milan. Let's take a look at it again here, see if we can just see a right-hand corner of your screen. He had the puck right there, and okay, well, we got run. Oh, there it is right there. He got run hard into the glass. Didn't see who that was from the Greyhounds, but Japchin, and you see him just going right down. And it's an injury timeout on the ice with just about 2.5 minutes in. We'll take a break. We'll come back in a moment.
At Mass General,
she's a career 2-0.
Greg Japchin helped off the ice. Looked like a lower body injury. And now play continues. Leo Piandres along the right wing wall. Got it back out in front. Rolling puck shot. And it looks like it never got to Mylan off the stick of Jake Lavoie. Back out in front again. And the Skyhawks will come out to center with Jake LaRusso. LaRusso over the line. Shot and a save. Tough angle. And a good stop that time by McLarnon on Connor Ronayne. And back come the Hounds. Rolling puck. Bottom of the circle. Tracked down by Ronnie Paragallo. Worked it back out front and covered by Mylan. Ronnie Paragallo's had quite a season. He leads the Northeast 10 in points with 43, goals with 28, and he's second in assists with 20. Face off to Mylan's left. To Chishney to the near side. Stolen away by Jonathan Surrett. There's Surrett in the right wing corner. Got it back to the point. Puck pops high in the air and whistled. Just about 3.5 minutes in. Face-off will be to Mylan's left. Schwinninger to take the draw for the Skyhawks. Wins it out to center. Now for Ireland, 2-on-2 over the line. Ireland will poke it into the corner. Grabbed there by Henri Scheifels, one of the 5 seniors honored earlier. Kept in at the point. Here's Gaudette with a chance. Top of the right face-off circle to Tishney. Back in front. Shot in a blocker stop that time by McLarnon off Cameron Gaudette. Face-off will stay in the Greyhounds zone. A couple of good opportunities for the Skyhawks in this first 4 minutes. You see the Skyhawks coach, David Borges, in his 11th season. Final home game here for the Skyhawks tonight before they head out on the road for 6 to close out the season. Kept in at the point. Fed through by Cam Mannion. And now the Greyhounds control, and we'll bring it to center. Matt Cohane up and over everything. To the far side, fed back through by Derek Anili. And now Mannion controls for the Skyhawks. Right wing for Jake Cady. Rink wide for Heath, and they're going to call an offside. The Greyhounds have already wrapped up the Northeast 10 Conference. They have 2 games to go in their regular season before they head on to the playoffs. What a season they've had. 42 points, and Southern New Hampshire a distant second with 29. Now Hastings for the Skyhawks. For Ryan King, who will bump the puck into the Greyhound zone. Sean Corliss to the far wall and then out to center, but stolen back by Hunter Hastings. He'll throw it right back in. Around behind the goal again, Corliss for Assumption. And the forward check from Nolan Fitzpatrick. Now Tripp keeps it in at the point. Has some skating room. Here's Tripp. High slot. King through a screen. It was blocked down in front. Rebound. Shot goes wide off the stick of Hunter Hastings. And the puck back to center. Ryan Davies for the Skyhawks. And now for Sean Corliss. Corliss will carry and dump it deep. Ryan Davies gets there first for the Skyhawks, and he'll work it back out to center. Stolen right back again. And thrown back in deep by Nick Demio. And now the Skyhawks at center for Pinio. For LaRusso. LaRusso fires, and he just missed up and over the crossbar. Then Gaudette could not keep it in at the line. And now to Tishney for the Skyhawks. Kicks it forward. Tishney will track it down, looking for some help. Tough angle. Sent it across. Max Pinio was in the vicinity. And now back comes John Wormley. Drop pass between the circles off the stick of Ronnie Paragallo. Fought for in the corner. Skyhawks win the battle. Rink wide for Tertishny. Over the line, three-man rush. Good chance here for Pinio, and the save made by McLarnon. And now corralled by Warnley and back out to center ice for Jonathan Surrett, who will throw it in and up and out of play. And a whistle. 13:19 to go in the opening period with no score. These two teams have played one another many, many times in the past. This is the 95th meeting. This is back in the old NE10 days when Stonehill played in the Northeast 10. The Greyhounds hold a 47-40 advantage overall with 7 ties. Now Scheifels, and it's sticked off his blade and taken back, though. Here's Ireland. Frank Ireland gets it back from Mannion, double team, had it taken away. Here's a two-man rush, could be 2-on-1 in a hurry, but the Skyhawks get back quickly. Shot from a tough angle off the stick of Ryan Decker, turned aside by Myland. And now Cam Mannion behind his own goal for the Skyhawks. Greyhounds make a change. Skyhawks will do the same with Mannion off in favor of William Tripp. Tripp at center off the stick of Anthony Galante. Back come the Hounds. On the half wall, Matt Cohane. Lost it back out to center and we'll get an offside. Called on assumption. Face off in the neutral zone. Kyle Heath to take the draw for the Skyhawks against Ronnie Paragallo. Paragallo will backhand it through. Tripp down to the far wall. And Carey able to push it out to center for Kyle Heath. Heath over the line for Tripp. His shot through a screen went just wide. Again, stick side on McLarnon. And back to center. Taken away there. Leandres over the line. Tough angle. Shot it up and over everything. So the 5 seniors honored tonight by the Skyhawks before tonight's game. Max Pinio from North Reading. Matt Allen from North Smithfield, Mass. Nolan Fitzpatrick from Bridgewater. Henri Schreifels from Newbury Park, California. And Ryan King from East Greenwich, Connecticut. Nice to see all of them honored. Family members on hand as well, as their collegiate careers not over yet. Still more games to play on the road, but final game here in Bridgewater. Now King around behind the goal, had it taken away from him. McDermott back around behind the goal again for McDermott. Tied up along the wall by Cameron Gaudette. Now squirts loose to the far side for Nolan Fitzpatrick. He'll backhand it through. Fitzpatrick will go after it with John Warnley. Behind the goal, dug out by Warnley. And back to center. Gaudette could not keep it in, and now Ronayne will control for the Skyhawks. There's Ronayne over the line. His shot wide. And covered for the moment by McLarnon. And then he leaves it for Patrick Rossetti. And Rossetti now for Warnley. Right wing, too far for Shane Sullivan. And they'll call this an icing. We'll come back down the other end. Face off to the left of Thomas McLarnon. Second best in the Northeast 10. Goals against at 2.84. Face off to McLarnon's left and won by the Hounds. And taken by Cameron Roberts. Demio at center. Rolling puck between the circles, bounces high in the air. Gloved down by Devin Karlstrom, and he'll come the other way. Karlstrom for Pinio, has a chance. Here's Pinio in, shot it just wide. Now Karlstrom along the half wall. It's a back around behind the goal, and Jonathan Surratt will collect there for the Greyhounds. At center, though, gloved down by Cam Mannion, waiting for his teammates to clear. He'll carry in himself. Mannion will chase it down into the corner. Takes a hit from Nick Demio, and the Greyhounds will come the other way. Here's Surratt over the line, holding, and a good job the last moment by William Tripp to get a stick in there and knock it up and out of play. And that'll take us to a break. Halfway home here in this opening period. No score. The Skyhawks and the Greyhounds. Back in a moment.
At Mass General Brigham Sports Medicine, you'll find sports medicine care driven by research and determination. Top specialists who understand your athletic dreams, goals, and the need to get back to them. Together, we'll write your comeback story. Start your comeback story today.
At Stonehill College, an education is more than a degree. It's a source of positive change. Change that helps students develop into compassionate leaders. Leaders with strong minds and even stronger.
Left and won by the Hounds. Schwenninger to take the draw for the Skyhawks and wins it from Tom McGaffigan. And here's Frank Ireland. Three-man rush. It's Ireland over the line. Held up and flipped back to center. And this should be icing against the Greyhounds, and it is. Back down to the other end to the face-off to McLarnon's right. McLarnon playing his 16th game of the season, and that one just deflected off his catching glove on the shot up and over the crossbar. Taken away, and Ryan Davies will track it down in his own zone for the Skyhawks. Davies with some skating room, left wing side. Got it knocked off the stick by Piandris, now taken by Schwenninger. Now behind the net. Hit hard to the glasses on Schreifels. Skyhawks, though, controlling. Here's Gaudette with a chance. Got it toward the front of the goal for Schwenninger. Back for Gaudette through a screen and a blocker save by McLarnon. Second shot knocked out by McLarnon. I'm not sure he saw that second one coming. Now Piandres will work it out to center for Jake Lavoie. Here's Lavoie over the line, but anticipating the move toward the middle was Cam Gaudette, and took it away. Back around behind the goal. A couple of players were tied up. It comes back to the point. Shot from McKiernan off the mark. And down hard goes one of the Greyhounds behind the Stonehill goals. The stick's got a little bit high. There's a couple of chances that the Skyhawks had here, but McLarnon making two really good stops. He made one. He saw the first one. The second one, he was just right place. There's the second one there, right place at the right time. Just bounced right off his chest. Now face off to Milan's left. Won again by the Skyhawks. At center, Jake Cady. Rink wide for Galante. Galante in the left wing corner. Got banged hard into the wall. Play continues. Rolling puck. Cady couldn't get a stick on it. Karlstrom does and throws it right back in. For Wernley. Out to center now for McDermott. Daniel Lemansky could not control. The Skyhawks will come back with Cady. Here's Katie over the line, three-man rush. Head of the play, though, was Kyle Heath. And right back comes Shane Sullivan. There's Sullivan over the line, worked it toward the front of the goal, but Heath able to collect and work it back to center. Davies at center. And now it's Cameron Roberts over the line for the Greyhounds, deflected wide. Shane Sullivan back around behind the goal for Ryan Deckard. Couldn't catch up with a trip. We'll send it to the far corner for Ryan King. And then King's pass stolen away. Here's Cohane. Lost it in his skates for the moment. That was a good break for the Skyhawks because the Greyhounds had some numbers in a 3-on-2. Now the Skyhawks able to work again. The puck out to center. Done a good job of clearing the zone tonight. Here's Hastings. And the shot by Nolan Fitzpatrick deflected up and out of play. That's one thing the Skyhawks have done, I think, very well tonight is when that puck has been out or has been in their zone, they've been able to get it out and in a hurry and create opportunities down the other end. Face off to the left of Thomas McLarnon. Scoreless here with 6:24 to go in the opening period. Face off won by the Skyhawks. Sent in deep to Connor Ronayne. Back around behind the goal, it's Pinio. Got it back to the point and quick wrister off the stick of Alexander Tishny, gloved down by McLarnon. And again, a face-off to his left, Connor Ronayne to pick the draw this time against Ronnie Paragallo. And this one again, won by the Skyhawks. Tishny got walloped by Lavoie as he sent the puck in deep. Now Pinio able to track it down in the far corner, and then it scores loose and comes to Paragallo. Paragallo over the line for Biandres. His shot was deflected and skated away by Ronayne. He was double teamed, lost it, and it comes to Paragallo, who will send it back in deep. Now to Tishny. Back around behind the goal for Greg check it for Cameron Gaudette. Now Gaudette able to send Max Pinio away by himself as the Skyhawks make a change. Pinio double teamed, then lost the puck to the near wall. Bounce to center for Mannion. And now Devin Karlstrom will send it right back in. Rifles in after it, pinned against the wall by Lucas Crawford. Taken there by John Wornley now for the Hounds. Feeling the pressure as the Skyhawks send too deep. This puck pops high in the air right in front of us. That's center ice. We almost did have a souvenir. I actually had that happen once down in Providence College doing a game, and the puck popped right into my hands, and I didn't know what in the heck to do with it. Now Ireland sends it through, and the save made by McLarnon. Pinned along the wall with Dean Schwinninger. Puck comes out to center. Thrown in by Jonathan Surrett to the corner. Loose puck. Mannion lost sight of it. Karlstrom. Center and taken away by Cameron Roberts. Karlstrom stole it back. Devin Karlstrom to the corner with Roberts, who are now front rolling puck between the circles. Nobody could get a good shot off. Now bouncing puck takes a funny bounce, a shot and a save. A rebound. Here's another chance, just wide off the stick of Kyle Heath. Oh, he had a great chance. Now here's Tripp, sends it through, redirected in front. And the pad save made by McLarnon. And the puck rolls back to center. Good chances for the Skyhawks. Still scoreless. Final 3.5 minutes of this opening period. Now a chance here for Keneally in, and his shot was deflected. I think Ryan Davies got a stick on it at the last moment. Let's take a look at that a couple great chances for the Skyhawks. They had some wide open opportunities. Thomas McLarnon, the senior from Fountainville, Pennsylvania, able to make a couple of good stops. So down the other end now, face off to Milan's right, shot through a screen. Look out in front. Oh, good opportunity there for the Greyhounds. Nobody there to knock that one home. There was a wide open side. Now King over the line, a little too far for Hunter Hastings. Now Hastings pinned against the wall by Sean Corliss. Back at the point, Tuchishny sends it back through for Hastings. Got it toward the front of the goal. Taken by Gaudet, who sends it back in deep and then stolen away. Greyhounds come back with Jake Lavoie. Too far that time for Deandres. And well, that one just bounced right off the skate of Nolan Fitzpatrick as he was coming off the ice. Face-off will come in the Skyhawk zone. To the right of Dylan Milan. For Milan, his 21st game of the season. Face-off won by the Skyhawks once again. That's center for Connor Ronayne. Now for Pinio. Loose and taken away by Nick Demio out at center. And that puck pops high in the air and out of play once again. So they say things happen in threes. We've had two pucks floating in our general vicinity. Final 2:02 of this opening period. Still making a decision on where they're going to have the face-off, and it will be just outside the Skyhawk zone. Thomas McGaffigan to take the draw for the Hounds against Connor Ronayne. This one won by Assumption. Sent through by Wernley. Took a funny bounce off the wall, and the Greyhounds will control in the Skyhawk zone. Far wall for Keneally, lost it, and it comes out to center. Here's Pinio, 1-on-2. Puts on the brakes, leaves it now for Ronayne. His shot was blocked now by Nick Demio. And taken there by McGaffigan. Out to center for Mannion. Ronayne for LaRusso. His shot on the way through was blocked down. Bouncing puck is stolen away. Here's a chance for the Greyhounds. Tough angle, and coming out to cut down the angle on Ronnie Paragallo was Dylan Milan. Paragallo, the leading goal scorer in the Northeast 10 with 28 goals. Here it is again. One of the first really miscues the Skyhawks have made, and good job that time by Milan to come out and cut down on Paragallo. Face off to Milan's left, and it was almost an opportunity right off the draw that time from Paragallo. Swept away at the last moment. Here's Paragallo again, lost it this time to Ryan Davies, and he'll send it through. Frank Ireland along the left wing boards, dug it up. Oh, he got tripped. Got a penalty coming up on Lucas Crawford. Skyhawks will have the power play in just a moment. Here's Davies threw a screenshot of well wide, and then the touch-up by Cameron Roberts. And we'll have the Greyhounds penalty. And see it right there. You see the trip. And the Skyhawks with the extra skater now for the final 45 seconds of this opening period. Sent back in deep. Schwenninger trying to dig it out. Kept alive along the wall by Tuchishny. Here's Schwenninger with a chance, and the save made by Thomas McLarnon, who just kept cool that time either. That was point blank. Now Tripp. High slot now for Schwenninger. Now Tripp. Lost it. Out to center. Now trip for Schwenninger over the line. He got tied up, able to fight his way through it. Now for Tripp along the near wall. Sent it toward the front for Pinio. In front. Still loose. It's a chance for Tripp. But gave it up. And a shot from a tough angle from Ireland. And that ends the period. Good opportunity for the Skyhawks, but they come up empty. But they will have a minute 6 still left. All set to get this second period underway. Skyhawks do have the extra skater for the next 1 minute, the late first period trip on Lucas Crawford. Skyhawks going left to right here in this second period. Now Schwenninger backpedaling in his own end now for Pinio. In the middle for Frank Ireland. Ireland had 3 shots on goal in that opening period. Deflected and Tripp will go back to get it. For a moment like might have been an offside on Tripp, but it was not. Here's high slot for Schwenninger, sent it back through, redirected in front off the stick of Anthony Galante. Now on the half wall, sent back through by Pinio, back around behind the goal for Tutishny. Now Tripp high slot, Schwenninger, 5 seconds left on the power play. Schwenninger again. Working his way in, the shot off the stick of William Tripp turned aside by McLarnon. Back to full strength. Here's a chance for Paragallo in. Shot. Oh, what a stop! Great save that time by Dylan Milan. Oh, what a play just after the power play had ended for the Skyhawks. And what a play by Milan. It looked like Paragallo was going to take the shot. And here's Paragallo right there. And then at the last minute, just gave it up, and anticipating all the way was Milan on Jonathan Surratt. What a stop by Milan. So we stay scoreless. Both teams back at full strength. Face off to Milan's left. Right off the draw. Quick shot off the stick of Jake Lavoie, turned aside by Milan. The Greyhounds were outshot 17-6 in that first period, and I suspect they'll have a little more jump in their step here for this middle 20 minutes. Sent through, and Carey will take Sean Corliss to the wall. Galante back at the line for Carlson, couldn't control it. Now Mannion. Karlstrom left side for Pinio, and now Heath has Katie with him. Drop pass for Pinio. His shot and the save made by McLarnon. And the Greyhounds will come the other way with Sean Corliss, or check it with Patrick McKiernan. Tried to move it out front, couldn't do it. And now Ronayne with some skating room, looking for help. The trailer is Pinio. His shot, blocker save made by McLarnon. Jake LaRusso fighting for it for the Skyhawks, could not control. The puck comes back to center. Now Cameron Gaudette. Left wing side for Pinio. Pinio for LaRusso. Dragged and hit the post. Glove side had McLarnon beat. Post keeps it scoreless. Another shot was blocked down, that time off the effort by Connor Ronayne. And back come the Hounds, but again, the Skyhawks able to control in their own zone. Jake LaRusso now for Ronayne. Has Pinio with him. Ronayne over the line. Drop pass for Turchinsky. Put it back out in front. And it rolls back to center. Schwenninger for the Skyhawks. For Gaudette. He'll send it through as the Skyhawks make a change. 3.5 minutes into the second period, we're still scoreless as the puck pops out of play. Faceoff will stay in the. Oh no, they're going to bring it to the. They're going to say it was deflected out by one of the Skyhawks, so they'll bring it outside the zone. Schwenninger to take the draw against Ryan Decker. Won by the Greyhounds. Skyhawks won the majority of those faceoffs. Schwenninger actually won 7 out of 8 in that opening period. Now Ireland will track it down. Sends it through, and covering will be McLarnon. Faceoff will come to his right. Anthony Galante to take the draw against Ronnie Paragallo. And the faceoff won by the Greyhounds, John Warnley. Pass knocked down off Lavoie's stick, but then comes out to center. Mannion able to control it. And lost it at the line. Greyhounds with some numbers. Over the line now for Lavoie. Sent it out in front. And a great opportunity by Paragallo. Turned aside again by Skyhawk netminder Tyler Milan. Back the other way comes Galante. The trailer is Heath, but he lost it in his skates. And the puck rolls out to center. Now Katie, 2-on-2 over the line. Galante the trailer. Here's Galante in. Not sure if that puck ever even got to McLarnon, and the puck comes out to center. And spun around was Anthony Galante, and that'll be a penalty on the Greyhounds. And they'll get Lucas Crawford for the next 2 minutes to sit. And you see Crawford with a little pirouette. And the Skyhawks again will have the extra skater. Here's Ireland. And his shot deflected up and out of play off the stick of Ryan Decker. Well, for sure, Thomas McLarnon has been the busier of the two goaltenders, but the best save of the night, Dylan Milan, was just sensational earlier in this period. So can the Skyhawks break the tie here? Just about 5 minutes into the second period. His trip through a screen, blocked down in front, and cleared. Shane Sullivan, the forecheck on Tripp. Tishney back to help out now. Pinio right wing. Pinio holding, shot, bouncing puck, and a whistle as Tishney was about to tee it up as the net came off one of its moorings, and that'll bring a whistle. See it here with the shot, and it looked like maybe it was the skate of goaltender McLarnon that just knocked that net off its mark. And now another whistle. Face off to McLarnon's left. Still a minute 23 left on the power play. Now Karlstrom high slot. Tried to send it through. It was blocked by Jonathan Surrett to the corner. Skyhawks controlling around behind the goal with Connor Ronayne. Now for Karlstrom. Ooh, almost lost it at the line. Sends it back through for Galante. Overskates it. And good hustle that time by LaRussa to keep it alive at the point, but then lost it. Back to center. Now Karlstrom on the backhand, working his way through, was Henri Schreifels. And the save again, made by McLarnon. Another chance for Ronayne in front, loose puck. Still rolling loose, but skated away by Jonathan Surrett. He's by himself. Surrett goes around behind. They got stuck it right out in front, but there was nobody there. And late to the party was Ronnie Paragallo, or he would have been point blank on Dylan Milan. 29 seconds left on the Stonehill power play. Face-off will come to Milan's right. Ryan Decker to take the draw for the Greyhounds against Schwenninger. Here come the Skyhawks in a hurry over the line. Is Pinio holding? Tried to pull it around. Nick Demio couldn't do it. And Schwenninger will have to go back and get it. Time for one more rush. 15 seconds left on the power play. Trip over the line. The trailer is Pinio. Glove save and a beauty that time by McLarnon. Puck comes back out to center. Here's a race with Cohane in front. Another great stop, rebound, score. Oh, I think it was Ryan Decker who was the third man through after another sensational stop made by Dylan Milan. But let's see if it was Ryan Decker. I believe it was, who will get credit for the score. Once again, you see the great job by Milan to come across. Yeah, and there's Decker right there with the score. And for Ryan Decker, his 12th of the season. From Berlin, Massachusetts, the sophomore puts the Greyhounds on the board 7 minutes into the second period. Goal coming at the 6:59 mark of the second period. Out center for the Skyhawks, Cameron Gaudette will send it in deep. Now Fitzpatrick, right wing corner, challenged there by Patrick Rossetti. Dug out Jake Cady. Cady will send it right back through again for Fitzpatrick. Around behind the goal. Back at the point, kept in. Here's Davies through a screen. It was blocked down in front. Might have bounced off the leg of Rossetti. Through a screen again. It's Davies in front. Shot, score! Jake Cady with the score for the Skyhawks. So they answer right back. And we are all even at one. Jake Cady's first score of the season. Once that puck gets sent through, and just Cady, right place, right time, and able to beat Thomas McLarnon. And for the junior from Rainham, right down the street from the Bridgewater Ice Arena, he gets his first, and we're all even at one and out offside, called on the Skyhawks. Well, great answer for Stonehill after the score by Decker. Face off just outside the Assumption zone. And taken by Jake Lavoie. His shot up and over everything. Round behind the goal now, Mannion. Far wall for Ryan King. LaRusso at center. Sends it forward for Hastings. Tried to work it out front, couldn't do it. Instead, it comes to Ronnie Paragallo. He'll bank it out to center. Now Paragallo, leading scorer in the NE10. Here he comes, and his shot was blocked down by Mannion. Skated off by King and pushed back out to center, and King got rattled into the wall across the way by Jake Lavoie. Now here's Paragallo again, this time double teamed and taken away. Back to center, sent back through. Milan covered, but no Greyhounds in the neighborhood, so Skyhawks will come the other way. Ooh, dangerous in front that time by Cam Mannion. Now Schwenninger for LaRusso. Schwenninger got it back in front. A good chance that time for Frank Ireland as he was coming right through between the circles, but it just bounced off his stick. A good hustle that time by Alexander Tuchishny to keep the play alive. He went right by one of the Greyhounds, just caught him napping. Schwenninger kept it alive at the point for the moment. They're now back at center, taken by Tuchishny. Skyhawks making a change. Schwenninger trying to track it down, but elbowed off the play by Lucas Crawford. Now out to center. And here's Shane Sullivan. Double teamed as he comes over the line. Tried to send it back through, never got it there. And the Skyhawks will control in their own zone. 1-1 game halfway through here at the Bridgewater Ice Arena. Final home game of the season for the Skyhawks. Sean Corliss for the Hounds can't clear. Chance again for the Skyhawks. Galante got bumped off the play by Thomas McGaffigan. And now the Greyhounds come to center. Loose right below us, and Gaudette will go get it for Stonehill. Junior from Braintree leaves the puck for Ryan Davies. He'll send it well wide. Again, the Skyhawks putting a lot of pressure on in the zone. Galante for Heath that was behind him, rolling puck in front. And skated up now by Lemansky, stolen away at center by William Tripp. Here's Tripp over the line, holding. The trailer is Katie. Sends it back through, Tripp right wing. In the middle for Katie. Jake Katie pinned on the back wall by McGaffigan. Skyhawks dig it out. Here's a shot, and King scores! Ryan King gives the Skyhawks a 2-1 lead with his first score of the season. And after giving one up, the Skyhawks answer with two with Katie and King. Katie, the junior from Rainham, Ryan King. How about that? The senior playing his final game here from East Greenwich, Rhode Island. And Stonehill's got a 2-1 lead. Milan in trouble. Got stuck behind the goal there for a moment. Now back out in front, and Milan will cover. Jake Katie gets the assist, and the sticks get a little bit high, and this should take us to a timeout. And we'll take the timeout. We got a penalty coming up as well. They're going to get Ryan King. Let's see if it's matching penalties. Ryan King's, that door is open. And let's see who's going out for the Hounds. Don't see anybody heading in that direction yet. So we'll sort that out when we get back. Don't see anybody coming out yet, but we've got a timeout. 2-1 Skyhawks. Back after this.
At Mass General Brigham Sports Medicine, you'll find sports medicine care driven by research and determination. Top specialists who understand your athletic dreams, goals, and the need to get back to them. Together, we'll write your comeback story. Start your comeback story today.
At Stonehill College, an education is more than a degree. It's a source of positive change. Change that helps students develop into compassionate leaders. Leaders with strong minds and even stronger hearts, driving the changes that are coming and making sure no one is left behind. Strong minds, stronger hearts. That's what defines a Stonehill education.
So just the one penalty on Ryan King. So now the Greyhounds have the power play as the puck is cleared. This is an excellent team on the power play. 27 goals to lead the Northeast 10. And they'll have a chance to even things up here. Now Papagallo around behind the goal, holding, firing, and the save made by Milan. And back around behind the goal once again as the Skyhawks couldn't clear. The point now for Warnley. Warnley leaves it for Surrett. Shot well wide off the stick of Paragallo. Once again, it's Warnley. Left wing corner. Mannion ties him up there. Two Skyhawks go in, but it comes back to the point instead for Surrett. Paragallo, Surrett through a screen. Save made. Rolling puck comes out to center. Foot race. Schreifels will get there first. Henri Schreifels gets banged hard into the wall by John Warnley. And the Greyhounds will come back. 49 seconds left on the power play. There's Surrett holding around behind the goal. Now to the high slot for Cameron Roberts. Back around behind the net for the Greyhounds. The puck loose and back out to center. Now Paragallo over the line. Holding. 16 seconds left on the power play. Here's Paragallo. Shot it well wide. Up off the back glass. Tracked down into the corner. Loose along the wall. Penalty is over. Both teams back at full strength. Skyhawks maintain their 2-1 lead. To Tishney in the corner. Dug out along the half wall by Viandres. And back out to center. Good job by the Skyhawks. Here's LaRusso. 3-on-1. Here's LaRusso in front. And it went just wide. Off the stick of Anthony Galante. Oh, the Skyhawks had a great chance there. Now LaRusso sends it to the corner. Now Heath for Galante in front. Oh, and a great stop again that time by McLarnon. Oh, the Skyhawks have had some great chances. They've got a 1-goal lead as they look for their second straight win of the season. Great opportunity there. You see the 3-on-1 developing. And some good opportunities for the Skyhawks. But again, Thomas McLarnon has been by far the busier of the two goaltenders thus far tonight. Faceoff will come to his left. Warnley around behind his goal. Out at center, no one home, and thrown right back in by Devin Karlstrom. Matt Cohane for John Warnley. Now Cohane trying to clear the zone. And comes out to center and sends Dara Keneally away. Mannion there first, though, for the Skyhawks to take it away. LaRusso trying to work it out to center. It gets there. But right back come the Hounds. Over the line, it's Warnley. Sent it across. Nobody home. Schwenninger will come the other way. 3-man rush. LaRusso had it knocked off his stick by Shane Sullivan. And back to center again for Cam Gaudette. Now rolling puck loose at center. Taken by Gaudette. In the middle, Henri Schreifels. He just took a stick right in the face. That's going to be a penalty called on Patrick McKiernan. And Henri Schreifels, as he was going to the back wall, see if we can see it from our angle here. You see Schreifels after the puck here, and watch the stick right there. Yeesh, right up and under the face guard. And again, Stonehill with the power play. Final 4:10 of the second period. 2 here in the second, offset by the goal by the Hounds. And Stonehill's got a 1-goal lead. Now here's Frank Ireland. Ireland over the line. Lost it as he was double-teamed. Dug out by Shane Sullivan. And now William Tripp will go back to collect for Stonehill. For Pinio. Over the line has Ireland with him. There's the drop pass for Ireland, and now Tripp. They'll set up the power play with Schwenninger. High slot for Tripp. Left side for Tutishny. And stolen away by Surrett. 2-on-2 the other way. Surrett with some room and a quick wrister turned aside by Milan, and he'll have to hang on. Good chance that time for the Greyhounds, shorthanded. They have 7 goals shorthanded this season, which is tops in the Northeast 10. 1:18 to go on the assumption penalty to Patrick McKiernan. Face off to Dylan Milan's left. And the face off won by Connor Ronayne. Now Ronayne at center. Leaves it for Karlstrom. Now LaRusso. For Ronayne. Schreifels. And Ronayne play catches. Ronayne will track it into the corner. Blocked there by Patrick Rossetti. And the puck comes back to center. Final 41 seconds of the Stonehill power play. Inside 3 minutes to go here in the second period. LaRusso, high slot. Schreifels worked it back toward the front of the goal for Ronayne. Thought about pulling the trigger. Now Karlstrom for LaRusso. Karlstrom once again. Schreifels through a screen. Wide. Glove side. Another chance from a tough angle from Galante. And held on by McLarnon. 13 seconds remaining on the power play. Faceoff will come to the left of the senior netminder. And the faceoff again won by the Skyhawks. Gaudette. 9 seconds to go on the power play. Gaudette for Fitzpatrick. Now Gaudette losing it. And cleared the length of the ice by Shane Sullivan. Final 2:10 of this second period. At center, it's Kyle Heath. Here's Heath over the line. Knocked off his stick by Sean Corliss. Now tripped through a screen, glove down. Farnan had it and then lost it. Trip again for Gaudette. Here's Katie. Sent it across. It was behind Tripp. And some skating room for Leo Piandres. Oh, a nice play, though, defensively. Alexander Tutishny with a great defensive play to take it away from Piandres. Now backhanded through that hits the mesh off the stick of Ronnie Paragallo. Faceoff will come back out in the neutral zone as both teams make a wholesale change for this final minute and 22 seconds. Bouncing puck for Schreifels. Tried to feed it back through in the middle for Frank Ireland, but stolen away by Derek Keneally. Now over the line come the Greyhounds, down 1, shot well wide. Mannion will go back to get it, but the forecheck taking it away was Roberts. Got it back to the point, sent back deep again. Final minute of the second period. Ireland in the Greyhound zone. Now it's Mannion. Mannion threw a screen and the save made by McLarnon. And Henri Schreifels waiting for that rebound that never came. Final 33 seconds of this second period. And again, if you take a look at the overall picture, the Skyhawks dominated in that first 20 minutes, out shooting the Greyhounds 17-6. Difference might not be that dramatic here in the second period, but I suspect still the Skyhawks have had the territorial advantage. Now Ronin, his shot was blocked down. Jonathan Surratt will go after it, but back around behind his goal to get it is Milan. Now Gaudette. Forecheck from Shane Sullivan. Up to center for Galante, and a whistle and an offside. Faceoff will come just outside the Assumption zone. Final 15 seconds of this second period. Kyle Heath, Ronnie Paragallo to take the draw. It is won by the Hounds. Stolen away, though, by Katie. Here's Katie. Got it to Pinio in front, back for Katie, and he pushed it wide. Now Davies, just seconds left, and Davies' shot was blocked down by Jake Lavoie as the period comes to an end. Well, the Greyhounds got one early in the second to take the 1-0 lead, but answers from Jake Katie and Ryan King, and there's your score after 2 periods. The Stonehill Skyhawks 2, the Assumption Grey. Shots on goal in that second period. The Skyhawks out shooting Assumption 19-9 through 2 periods. Stonehill with 36 shots on Thomas McLarnon, and Assumption 15 on Dylan Milan. 2-1 Stonehill. Ryan Decker from Derek Keneally and Matt Cohane opened the scoring in the second. Less than a minute later, Jake Katie, his first of the season from Ryan Davies, made it 1-1. And then about 2.5 minutes later, Ryan King, his first of the season from Katie. And that's where we are, 2-1. Skyhawks as we get this third period underway. Stonehill going right to left here in period number 3 in their home white jerseys with the purple letters and numbers. Ooh, and a hard hit. None the worse for wear is William Tripp as he bounces right off the wall. Now a steal. Here's a chance in front. Schweininger, what a stop that time by McLarnon. His best of the night. Oh, what a stop. And now Gaudette at the left point. Sends it all the way through for Schreifels. On the half wall, lost it, and Skyhawks unable to keep it in. They'll wave the offside off as Lucas Crawford collects back in his own zone now for the Greyhounds. Left side for Shane Sullivan. And now the Skyhawks in their zone with Tishny for Heath, who will send it through. Back behind the goal, Lucas Crawford for the Hounds. Now Crawford. And now Patrick McKiernan. Trying to work it up along the wall. Gaudette kept it alive. Far side, Galante will go after it. Kept in at the point by Tishny and then back out to center. And now Gaudette. For Heath. Tried to get it for Galante. Tried to pull it through, couldn't do it. And taken away by Patrick McKiernan. Now John Warnley for Matt Cohane. Lost it at the line. Delayed offside is waved off once again as Hastings comes the other way for Fitzpatrick for the Skyhawks. Fitzpatrick pinned along the wall by Patrick McKiernan. Now Karlstrom toward the front of the goal, behind Hastings. Back around behind the net, and Skyhawks tried to go back to the point, couldn't do it. And Milan will leave it for Devin Karlstrom. Back deep into the zone again. The Hounds control, trailing 2-1. Chance here for Paragallo, and the save made by the Skyhawks sophomore netminder, Dylan Milan, who made a couple of sensational stops in that second period. Now Piandras had it stolen away from him, sent back in deep again by Ronin. And the Skyhawks just keeping the pressure on, trying to protect a 1-goal lead, and now we got a whistle behind the play. And the faceoff will come to the left of Thomas McLarnon. Apparently, the puck hit a player over on the Assumption bench. 3 minutes into this third period. Skyhawks looking for a second straight win. After that win over Lindenwood last Saturday. Now LaRusso for Tripp. LaRusso once again shot it short side, wide. Back at the point, Tripp for LaRusso. Back in of the near side for Pinio, and the save made once again by McLarnon. Again, the Skyhawks keeping the pressure on. Here's a chance for Tripp. Working his way through. Sent it back toward the middle. Ronayne couldn't catch up with it. Kept it alive, though, at the line. And then back in deep. Good job by the Skyhawks with a lot of pressure, but nothing to show for it. Now Surrett the other way. Tough angle, and the save made by Dylan Milan. Tipped out of play. And stopped play 4 minutes into this third period. Max Pinio's had 6 shots on goal in this game. Frank Ireland, William Tripp, 4 apiece coming into this third period as the Skyhawks really have carried the play and right now holding on to a 1-goal lead. It's off one, and here's Henri Schreifels over the line, has Ireland with him. Ireland to the trailer, and the shot knocked down off the stick of Dean Schwenninger and all the way back out to center. That puck popped way up in the air, and it was gloved out of harm's way by the Greyhounds. Now John Wernley trying to send away McGaffigan, couldn't do it. And now Alexander Trachishny, sophomore from Philadelphia. Now Schreifels over the line. Oh, what a move by Schreifels. In! Shot save made by McLarnon. What a great move that time by Schreifels. And the puck comes back out to center. Trachishny. And now Gaudette. Left wing side for Heath. Over the line, Carey sends it through. And McKiernan will collect there for the Greyhounds. Rink wide, some skating room here for Keneally. Keneally over the line to the back wall. And taken away. And skating back will be Anthony Galante. Left wing side for Heath. Carries into the corner. Now Karlstrom left point. Holding. Goes across, and Mannion's shot deflected up and over everything. And again, mentioned it earlier on, but the Skyhawks have done a terrific job of just getting the puck out of their zone. Maybe 1 or 2 times where there might have been a mental mistake, but didn't cost them. But other than that, they have been terrific, keeping the pressure off of their goaltender, Dylan Milan. Now, the other way comes Piandres. He got banged hard into the wall to our right by Devin Karlstrom. Now back at the point. Kept alive by Sean Corliss. Got it back out in front. Bouncing puck comes to the near wall, and we've got a whistle behind the play. And I believe that net got moved. And it was. That will stop play. The faceoff will come in the Skyhawk zone. 6 minutes into the third. Skyhawks on scores by Jake Cady and Ryan King, both with their first of the season. Hanging on to a 2-1 lead. Now King sends Nolan Fitzpatrick away. Well wide of McLarnon. Far wall kept alive. Through a screen, the save made. Goaltender lost his stick, and it goes just wide again. 2 opportunities, but McLarnon with no stick. Skyhawks unable to cash in. Now down the other end. Tripp deflecting the shot off the stick of Ronnie Paragallo up and out of play. Paragallo, we talked about earlier, what a season he's had, leading the Northeast 10 in points with 43, goals with 28, second in assists with 20. He's plus 18 and plus minus. That leads the Northeast 10 as well. He has been thus far shut out. Ryan Davies for the Skyhawks will work the puck out to center. Now Pinio with the steal for LaRusso. Couldn't get the shot off. And back comes John Warnley. Warnley will send it wide. Tripp will go back to get it. The forecheck from Ryan Decker. Again, the Skyhawks able to work it out to center. Now LaRusso over the line, trying to send it through. Couldn't get it there. Puck comes back to center. Here's Surrett over the line. He'll roll it in. And Milan will cover. 7 minutes into the third. Final home game for the Skyhawks. They go on the road for their final 6 games, 2 at Long Island against LIU, and then 4 games in Alaska, at Alaska Anchorage and at Alaska Fairbanks to wrap up their season. Matt Nelson, who is our director, tells us allegedly it is somewhere well below 0 in Alaska right now. Not sure what his, of course, his resource is probably the same people who predicted we were going to get a foot of snow yesterday. Oh, a quick wrister. And a great stop that time. Gaudette denied by McLarnon. Great stop that time by McLarnon off the stick of Gaudette, keeping it a 1-goal game. Ireland couldn't get to it, and it comes out to center. Now Gaudette for the Skyhawks. Off the wall for Ireland. Now here's Schwenninger with a chance. Tough angle, sends it back out in front. Here's the trailer to Tishney, and he shot it just wide. Now Schreifels for Gaudette. Kept it alive. Gaudette with some room. Fires, and another glove save made by McLarnon. So now we're correcting our director's assertion that it was below 0. Now it's 34. So definitely working for the same weather company that predicted yesterday's storm. Shot goes well wide. Here's a chance, though, for the Greyhounds in front. Rolling puck goes just wide. Mannion able to knock it away. And sends away Katie. Here's Katie over the line as the trailer is Heath. Bounced off his stick. Karlstrom, and the shot was blocked out in front. Oh, the Skyhawks had a great chance there. Now Karlstrom in to pinch in on Piandres, but he'll take it away and come to center. Double teamed, taken away, and it's an offside. Now behind the play, we got a whistle. And let's see what we got. I believe we've got a penalty coming up on Leo Piandres. Nope, it's not him. No, I take that back. It's on the Skyhawks. Saw Piandres just drop his head like he had done something wrong. The slash is being called on Kyle Heath. And Kyle Heath will sit in now. A great opportunity for the Greyhounds to tie this game up. Face off to the right of the Stonehill netminder Dylan Milan. Slashed in the call. Face off to Milan's right. Ryan Decker tied for 4th in the Northeast 10 with goals with 11. Will take the draw. Won by the Greyhounds. Holding is Surrett. Got it back to the point, Paragallo, and now Surrett. Waiting for the right shot. Warnley for Paragallo, high slot. Warnley. Save made. Loose puck. Boy, that was a quick whistle benefiting the Skyhawks there. The save made by Milan. A minute 34 remaining on the power play. Face off to Milan's right. And the face-off won by no one in the circle. Wheel to the far wall. Paragallo able to keep it alive. Boy, he had to hustle to get there. Half wall for Shane Sullivan. Sullivan again for Paragallo. Minute 13 left on the power play. Surratt shot blocked down in front that time by Devin Karlstrom. Paragallo. High slot Surratt. Paragallo again. Throws it back in front. Here's Surratt holding, firing. It was blocked down in front. Skyhawks again unable to clear, and then finally do. Punched out to center by Devin Karlstrom. 45 seconds left on the Assumption power play. Jonathan Surratt in a hurry. And he was denied by Ryan Davies, and he scales at the length of the ice. Cameron Roberts back now for Assumption. Roberts over the line for Lavoie, and his shot gloved down by Dylan Milan. Jake Lavoie from Taunton, the sophomore, has played a lot of hockey here. He was a member of the Bridgewater Bandits. Their home ice right here at the Bridgewater Ice Arena. 25 seconds left on the Assumption power play. High slot now for Cameron Roberts. Now Paragallo. Shot and the save. Boy, Milan made the stop and didn't even know he did. He was looking around for it behind him after it went past him. Another big stop for Milan. And that should end the power play. Here's Gaudette over the line for Ireland, and offside on the far side was Henri Schreifels. And that takes us to a break. 9:23 to go in the third. Skyhawks 2, Assumption 1. Back after this.
At Mass General Brigham Sports Medicine, you'll find sports medicine care driven by research and determination. Top specialists who understand your athletic dreams, goals, and the need to get back to them. Together, we'll write your comeback story. Start your comeback story today.
At Stonehill College, an education is more than a degree. It's a source of positive change. Change that helps students develop into compassionate leaders. Leaders with strong minds and even stronger hearts, driving the changes that are coming and making sure no one is left behind. Strong minds, stronger hearts. That's what defines a Stonehill education.
Face off at center. Over the line comes William Robertson in the corner, now taken away. Tertishny behind his goal. Cameron Gaudette in the middle for Galante. Steered in. John Wernley back to get it for the Greyhounds. Right wing side. Nothing there for Roberts. And again, Gaudette will backpedal with the forecheck from William Roberts. Kyle Heath for Galante. Galante sent it well wide. Tertishny in deep. Around behind the goal with Galante. Tertishny for Galante tried to just feather a pass over to him. Too strong. And back the other way comes Matt Cohane. Greyhounds making a change, so Cohane gives up and heads back to the bench. Now Gaudette Sends it through, but taken away by Roberts. Now Roberts controlling. Back around behind the goal to the far wall. Kept alive at the point by Ryan Davies. Sent right back in deep once again. Roberts has been out there for quite a while now. Here's Tripp trying to weave his way through. Kept alive at the point by Hastings. And Hastings bangs hard into Roberts. Here's a 2-on-1 the other way. Shot just wide off the stick of Jonathan Surrett and bounces all the way back out to center. Now Fitzpatrick lost it. Now King by himself. King has one of the Stonehill goals tonight. Put it on goal, but turned aside by McLarnon. Tripp back to his own line for Demio. Center now for Lavoie. He'll send it in. Turned aside by Milan. And finally pushed back out to center by William Tripp. Now here's Pinio in a hurry. Pinio, get it out in front, and LaRusso got a stick on it, but banged it well wide. Now Piandres will bounce it through. Mannion back to get it for the Skyhawks. Worked up along the boards by Devin Karlstrom. Sent right back in again on Milan. Now far side for Schreifels. Henri Schreifels on the go. Three-man rush. Over the line. Shot and the save made by McLarnon off the stick of Connor Ronayne. He'll hold on as we head down to the final 6:18 in this third period. All the scoring coming in the second period. Ryan Decker for Assumption at the 7:01 mark. Less than a minute later, Jake Cady tied it. And then about 3.5 minutes later, Ryan King gave the Skyhawks the lead that they have held since then. Shot through a screen wide off the stick of Mannion. And the puck comes to center. Thrown in by Shane Sullivan. Schreifels sends Schwenninger away. And that bounces in and covered by McLarnon. Skyhawks with a decided advantage in shots on goal. They were out shooting Assumption through two periods, 36-15. Probably a little more even here in this third period, but still the Skyhawks with the advantage overall now. Between the circles was Galante couldn't get the shot off. Now it's coming away with it is John Wernley. 2-on-2 the other way. Oh, Wernley got hit hard by Gaudette. Now Galante can't steer it up the wall. Thrown back toward the front of the goal, but skater right back out to center once again. There's Galante over the line. Holding. Shot score! Let's see if that was tipped through by Jake Cady. He was in the neighborhood, and it looked like he might have redirected it. Let's see. It looks like Jake Cady with his second score. The junior from Rainham gives the Skyhawks the 3-1 lead. Watch Cady moving through the middle. Right there. And there he is with the stick down. And tipped it past Thomas McLarnon. And Jake Cady now with 2 scores and an assist. Involved in all 3 of Stonehill's scores. What a night for the junior. So they give the assist to Kyle Heath and Galante. And the Skyhawks own a 3-1 lead, but still, as you can see, 5:12 to go here in the third. King with one of the goals flips it to the Assumption line. Left wing Wide from the stick of Jonathan Surratt. And then thrown back out to center. 5 minutes to go. The Skyhawks lead by 2, looking for their second straight win. And a bad pass stolen away by LaRusso. Now here's a chance right in front. Shot, save. Oh, LaRusso point blank that time on McLarnon was denied. And it stays a 2-goal game. Now LaRusso, far side for Cam Mannion. Tied up by Biandrez. Skyhawks will just let that clock continue to tick away, heading down toward 4 minutes. Demio sends it deep. Now here's a great chance in front. Shot just wide. Oh, good job by Karlstrom that time to send the puck well wide. Puck tip to the right wing corner and then flip back out to center. Now Demio over the line. Losing it was Lavoie, and back come the Skyhawks. 2-on-2. Over the line, that time unable to pull it through was Jake LaRusso, and back the other way comes the NE10's leading scorer. And Ronnie Perdigallo's shot goes wide. Skyhawks trying to work the puck out of the zone. That should be an offside, and it is, with Perdigallo still deep in the zone. 3:19 to go. We'll certainly keep an eye on Thomas McLarnon, his team trailing by 2 scores. We may see him head to the bench shortly. Face off in the neutral zone. This is a team that has averaged over 4 goals per game, the Greyhounds, and they have been denied by a great effort thus far by the Skyhawks. Now flipped high in the air, back to the Stonehill line. Cam Gaudette will go back to get it with 3 minutes left in the third. Gaudette will send it in. Glove down by McLarnon. He'll hang on with Schwenninger bearing down. Face-off will come to the right of Thomas McLarnon. Skyhawks have done a great job in the circle, winning a majority of the face-offs tonight. Didn't get that one as Wernley controls for the Hounds. Keep an eye on McLarnon. On the wall. Heath can't get to it. Now Galante tried to work his way around Jonathan Surratt, couldn't do it. Now here's Heath over the line. Holding. Got it back to Tripp, high slot. Now for Katie, tried to move it toward the front of the goal. Back of the point again. Here's a shot through a screen off the stick of Ryan Davies, well wide. Tripp holding. Drops it for Galante into the left wing corner. Just keeping the puck in this zone is benefiting the Skyhawks with the 2-goal lead, not giving the Greyhounds a chance to pull their goaltender as the puck comes out to center. Final 2 minutes. Sent right back in once again. Wheels all the way around, and the Skyhawks will come back to their own line and grab it. Now we have a delayed penalty coming up on the Greyhounds. Now Tripp. Skyhawks will be very content to run some clock here, and then the touch-up, and finally the penalty coming on Assumption. And it'll be a slash. So the slash was called on Patrick McKiernan. Not sure exactly where that play happened, but it was, instead of waiting for McLarnon to go to his bench, all of a sudden Dylan Myland headed that way as the Skyhawks brought on the extra skater. So again, just makes it a little bit easier for the Skyhawks to hang on to this 2-goal lead for the final 90 seconds. Now Tertishny back at the point for Tripp. Stolen away from him. Here's Tertishny again. Tried to work it out front. And the puck clear. They had Ronnie Paragallo just hanging around at center ice, just trying to send him away. Unable to do it at least that time. Now a steal by Ryan Decker. Paragallo took the swipe at it, couldn't get to it. Now here's Ireland. Three-man rush. It's Ireland holding for Pinio. Now behind Tripp. Tripp didn't pull the trigger as he goes down in the corner. And he'll just be very content to sit on the puck right there as the clock comes down to 46 seconds remaining. There's a good look at the low-level camera. Special thanks to Matt Nelson and his entire crew for their work tonight. Final home game for the Skyhawks in the 2023-2024 for the men, the final game. Women will be here to open the playoffs, and best of luck to Lee J. Verasolo and her team. But first, the men looking for a second straight win, and they're 30 seconds away from it. Now Gaudette holding. Sends it back in deep. Ronayne pins Warnley to the glass. Back of the point, Karlstrom. 10 seconds. In front for Gaudette. And the clock ticking down. And how about these Skyhawks? From October 7th all the way through to February 9th, not a win, but now wins in back-to-back games, 4-2 over Lindenwood on Saturday. And the final score here tonight at the Bridgewater Ice Arena, the Stonehill Skyhawks 3 and the Assumption Greyhounds 1. With the win, the Skyhawks now 2 wins after dropping their first 29. The Greyhounds, with the setback, fall to 22-6 overall. Ryan Decker in the second period opened the scoring for Assumption from Derek Keneally and Matt Cohane. Jake Cady answered from Ryan Davies at the 7:59 mark of the second to make it 1-1. Ryan King from Cady at the 11:43 mark of the second made it 2-1, and then Cady again. What a night for the junior from Rainham. He had 2 scores and an assist, and the Skyhawks with a 3-1 win. So that'll do it from the Bridgewater Ice Arena. The Skyhawks now go on the road for their final 6 games at Long Island for 2, and then out to Alaska to play Alaska Anchorage twice and Alaska Fairbanks twice as well. Well, for the Greyhounds, they'll play 2 at Southern New Hampshire beginning Friday night and then again on Saturday. So that'll do it for tonight. Congratulations to the Stonehill seniors